Get to know all about you before you go out looking for the one for you. Answer these self-assessment questions and do so honestly. You know, I actually had some joy in writing this section because I wanted to check in on my own self to see how I was doing. And did I have myself in order when it came to putting myself out there onto the dating scene to find the love of my life? So, to that, you're not alone in answering some of these questions that I have posed for you. I've gone through them myself. Sure, I might have already answered or know the answers per se, but I just like going over my own material to be sure I know it, nail it, and then some. Now, before we get started, I want to tell you of a very interesting story that involves numerology. Normally, I'm not one to rely on much of any of that, astrology, numerology, when it comes to picking out a romantic love mate. But to be honest, I was fascinated by the results of doing my numbers some 20 odd years ago when it came to learning more about myself. And I'm not kidding. You see, I came across this book called Numerology, A Complete Guide to Understanding and Using Your Numbers of Destiny by Hans Decoes with Tom Monty. Note, the updated version of this book, I believe, is called Numerology, Key to Your Inner Self. Okay. Books change over time, the covers and some things, small modifications. No big deal. But check this out. All I'm going to say about this is I did my numbers according to the book, and I wound up with about 40 pages of single-lined typed notes on myself. Wow. Did I learn a lot about me that no one would or could ever tell me or even articulate? Talk about insightful. It made me think, reflect, and say to myself with so much confidence, wow, if that's who I am, then so be it. No use in fighting it. I guess that's just who I am, and it makes sense in how I was described in that book. Interesting. So that group of statements right there helped take a lot of the pressure off my mind when it came to thinking I needed to change who I was for someone else or society in order to be more liked or picked by someone to love me. Instead, I fully embraced myself based on all those notes that I took. We're talking 40 pages, single-lined typed notes. Not that I needed numerology to tell me more about moi, my favorite subject, me. But it was quite insightful. I still have that 3-ring binder of notes which I printed and read from time to time. It was fascinating to say the least. So in addition to other books that I might recommend you pick up, if you like, pick up this one on numerology. This is a book by Hans Decoes, Hansdecoz, with Tom Monty, and do your own numbers. If you get the paperback version, which is what I had, it's a lot of fun when you're with other people, especially your prospective love interest. You can take turns doing each other's numbers. And again, when you do your numbers in numerology, we're talking about your name, your full name, including your middle name, your birth date, and different aspects of you in your life, which the numbers spell out certain descriptions of your behavior and your character, mindset, attitude. And I was just really impressed. I'm like, yeah, that's me. Oh boy. Yeah, Well, that describes me to a T. And I liked just seeing that proverbial mirror. Looking in the mirror and say, well, if that's me, so be it. Take me as I am or leave me at the curb. I don't care. Wow. Okay, time for you to hop up on the survey doctor's table and bear all. Yep, hop on up right over here. Come on. Here's what we're going to do to help you learn more about yourself in this section of self-assessment survey questions. Number 1, I want you to read through the following questions that I have for you. And those listening to the audio program, I'm going to read them to you. Number 2, answer them as honestly as you can. Number 3, make notes if you want. I would, and I have, on myself. Number 4, review your answers and assess what you might want to work on, keep in mind, or confirm. Hey, I'm okay here, but I need some work over there. Number 5, spend time working on those items that you feel you need more time and attention on. Number 6, keep in mind those things you don't want to do or have repeated or allow to happen again to you. Keep those things in mind. Keep in mind those things you do want to do, repeat, or allow happen to you again. That's all right. We're going to be covering topics of love, relationships, communication, physical health, mental health, money, children, family, friends, politics, religion, household, marriage, sex, romance. You know what I'm saying? Okay? Pretty simple, eh? Well, the following questions are broken up into the following categories, and let's get into those right now.